So when it comes to picking exercise in the gym, we know that it can be frustrating or it can be hard to plan sometimes. One day we may be feeling like we're in the mood for legs, and then when we get to the gym, we want to switch it up, or our legs are a little tired, or we're a little tired just in general. So we're going to go over 6 different moves that we can focus on that can help us in the gym, not only for strength training, but also if we're just looking to get a little bit of conditioning in too as well. So our 6 moves are going to be a pulling exercise, a pushing exercise, squatting, bending, lunging, and rotating. And these 6 moves are some of the similar moves that we do in our everyday basis, our everyday life. Where we're getting up from a chair, we're pulling an object, we're pushing an object, we're bending, we're walking, we're lunging, we're squatting, or we're bending over to pick something off the floor or put something on the ground. So these exercises are going to be geared to what we do in our everyday move. Now, this can also be put in 2 different forms. If you're looking to work on more of a strength training and you want to build on a lot of muscle groups, then you can focus a little bit more on the higher sets, 4 to 5 sets, lower rep, but a little bit more of the heavier weight. If we're looking to pack on a little muscle, or we're trying to work on specific spots that we want to build on. Next, if we want to work on that conditioning portion, to where we want to cut down the rest time a little bit, we can go into sets of 2, maybe 3, but we're looking at more of the higher reps, the 15 to 20 rep range. You know, we're really trying to push that conditioning, trying to work on that recovery and that rest period of going, instead of going from 2-minute rest, we're trying to knock it down to about a 1-minute rest. But again, that's more in the conditioning state. So without further ado, let's jump into these 6 exercises. Okay, move number 1, we're gonna work the pull motion. So we have a kettlebell here, we're gonna work a kettlebell row. So we have 1 foot back, the opposite hand is on the bench to help with stability. I'm going to grab this kettlebell and I want to make sure this positioning is working from coming back towards this hip, and as it's coming back, I want to use this scapula. I want to squeeze back as I'm pulling. I don't want to pull straight up because I'm going to target more of the biceps. I want to pull right towards this hip. So I'm pulling back, squeezing that lat, and coming straight down. Remember, if I'm going for strength, I may go a little heavy, and I may try to work 6 to 8 reps or 4 to 6 reps, whichever one I want to do. And if I'm going for a little bit more conditioning, then I probably want to do a rep range right around 12 to 15, just depending on how much weight you can handle or control. And next we have our pushing motion. Here we're going to work a single arm dumbbell press. So we find a bench, we're laying back, and I'm working on one side. From here, I'm going to press up and then control that weight coming down. Again, if I'm looking for more strength, I'm probably going to go with a heavier weight, one I can handle and one I can control. My rep range is probably going to be anywhere from 4 to 8 reps, probably around 3 to 4 sets. If I'm looking for more of a conditioning pace, then I can probably go with the lighter weight, push out about 15 to 20 reps. Only about 2 sets will be necessary. If we can get 3, even better. There are a bunch of different variations that we can do, or there's different exercises we can do for the squat. We're just going to do our standard goblet squat working with a kettlebell. Hands are right on the outside of the kettlebell. It's right in front of our chest. We got the feet shoulder width apart. From here, just think, when we're doing the squat, we have 2 components that we're looking for, bending from the knee and from the hip. So from here, I'm starting off bending from the hips as if I'm sitting in the chair. Once I get into the bending of the hips, I'm going to bend from the knees and I'm going to work that squat position. Again, strength, if that's your focus, we're looking for a little bit heavier weight. We're looking for more conditioning, higher reps, a little bit less on the set. All right, now here we have the bending position. This is more of our deadlift. Majority of the time when you're working in a local gym or a big gym, that station can be a little bit packed. So we can find ourselves a cable cord machine, find a straight bar to help. We're holding on, hands over top, slight bend of the knees, feet shoulder width apart. And from here, we're gonna work the hinge or bending, I should say. So we're gonna be working or thinking of picking something off the floor or laying something back down on the floor. So I have a slight bend in the knees. This cable is going to want to pull the shoulders forward. So from here, first thing I want you to do is pull the shoulders back. Or think, there's a pencil in the middle of my scapula. I want to try to squeeze that pencil with my shoulder blades. So my shoulders are back, slight bend in the knees, and I'm only bending from the hips. So I'm reaching down, pushing the hips back, coming right back forward. Same thing again, shoulders are back, slight bend in the knees, reaching down, pulling back forward. You should feel this in the glutes and in the hamstrings. And lastly, we have the rotation. So we're gonna work a small movement. It's gonna come just outside our left shoulder, outside our right. We're at a cable cord machine, interlocking those fingers, Arms are gonna be completely straight on this position, all right? As I press out, the shoulders are gonna wanna rise up, we bring them down. Feet are wide, get into that nice squat position, and I'm gonna rotate just outside the shoulder, right back outside the other one. Control, it's not going too fast. I'm not letting the weight swing. I have everything in a smooth, controlled position, and I'm just working across that line, coming from outside the shoulder and working both sides, and I'm working on the obliques. All right, guys, I hope those 6 exercises helped you the next time you go to the gym. I know how frustrating it can be not knowing some of the movements that you're doing are correct, or just not knowing what exercise to do in general. So if you have any more questions or you want a different type of variety to those type of exercises and those type of moves, just leave a comment in the box below, and I'll try to create as much content as I can to help you guys out. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we can feed everybody who needs the help.